You're a good crowd. You're doing very well. Please welcome to the stage our candidates for Pennington County Auditor. And you can both go right away to a microphone, and there's steps over there.
You need help out, Julie?
You can trade places. You can trade. It's all right.
We're confused already, John.
And Julie, we will begin with you. Your opening statement, 1 minute.
Hi, I'm Julie Pearson, and I've been your elected Pennington County Auditor for 27 years. I've been proud to serve the people of Pennington County. I am proud that I have been able to streamline things in my office. I have cut staff from 11 when I first took office down to 7, which I have maintained during the last 3 terms of my office. I have worked in the office for 37 years, 27 as your auditor, 10 as the chief deputy and chief accountant in Pennington County. And one thing I can say to you is what the issues of this race is the experience that it takes to serve the Pennington County residents with humility, with honesty, and with hard work ethic. And I have delivered that for 37 years. And I would appreciate your vote to be able to do that for another 4. Thank you.
And John, your opening statement, 1 minute.
Thank you very much. I want to thank the Family Heritage Alliance for inviting me again this year. I enjoy this forum very much. Thank you, Dale. Thank you, Scott. I was born and raised in Rapid City, South Dakota. I'm a 3rd generation Rapid Cityan, 4th generation South Dakotan. I graduated from Central High School in 1983. I started college right after that, but unfortunately I didn't graduate because I had to get into the working world. I shortly after that got a insurance license, and I sold insurance for a few years. Then I became a baker, and was a baker by trade for almost a dozen years. Loved it. Went through an extensive management training program for a couple years. Became a supervisor in a bakery on the West Coast, had a little over 100 employees working for me. So I do have a little management experience before I came back to Rapid City to take care of my grandfather before he died, and went to work for Pennington County for the last 12 years. I've enjoyed working for him very much. Thank you.
All together now. What is the basis of your moral compass? How will that influence what you decide is best for Rapid City? And we'll begin with you, Julie.
Well, first off, I'm a detail-oriented person. And when you look up moral compass in the dictionary, it says knowing the difference between right and wrong. And I really believe in that. I was raised in a very strict German household, and that's what my parents taught me. That's how I run my office. That's how we treat the people. Another thing that is in my character or my moral compass is that what my parents taught me is that I am no better than anyone else, and no one is better than me. That's how I treat the people of Pennington County. We have catapulted things in my office since the day I took office. And we are #1 in the state for software, for all of the functions that we do, and as well as a leading auditor in the field of elections. And I must state, that should be Pennington County for your last people.
We stand corrected. John, same question for Pennington County.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Craig. I was lucky enough to be born into a Christian family. My mother and father were very, very stout Christians. And luckily enough, over the years, I've been able to keep some of these friends and mentors. I remember when Dale Barter moved to Rapid City and was lucky to be able to know him. The church I go to now is an absolute wonderful church. They help me so much, and they've helped my family so much. I know a lot of people in this room know that 7 months ago we lost a child, and without our belief in God, our friends, our family, our pastor, we'd have never got through it. And it just brought us closer to God. So I just want to thank you, and I'm looking forward to seeing my son again someday.
Question number 2. This is loaded. There's a lot to say in 2 minutes, but Julie, this comes to you. You are currently serving as Pennington County's auditor. Could you briefly explain what you do and what future improvements you hope to bring to the office?
I do whatever the law tells me to do. We are not a policy-setting office, but the primary function of the county auditor's office across the state is we are, by law, the clerk to the board. We file all their official papers, we maintain the minutes to their meeting, and we have the minutes safeguarded and protected clear back to when we were a territory. Also, the other main functions of our office is we are the chief financial officer for the county. We audit all the other county departments, we audit ourselves, and we keep the we write all the checks for the county, we manage the county budget, and by manage I mean the auditor does not set the budget, the auditor's office only manages it. We apportion all the property tax dollars. We set the levies for all the taxing entities based upon their requests. And through the years that I've been auditor, we have been at the forefront of using computer technology in the state of South Dakota for all of those functions. But the main drive I have as Pennington County auditor and what I want to maintain in the future is that straightforwardness that I treat the people all fairly and equally, regardless of their walk of life, and I will continue that straightforward approach and keep us in whatever century you want to call us in. Thank you.
Okay, and John, summarize for us the experience you've had in the auditing field. You have 2 minutes.
Well, the last 3 years on the city council, I've helped manage budgets up to last year's of $137 million. As a small business owner, I also had to manage all of my own budgets. I've owned a few small vending companies, and I've also owned or been a part owner in a wholesale auto business. Also, when I was on the West Coast helping run a bakery, we had a business, or that was a business that had almost $300 million a year in profit. So managing big budgets has been part of my life for many, many years. Thank you.
And John, staying with you, closing statement. You have 1 minute.
Well, thank you, Greg. I look forward to this race. I was happy to come into it. I had some people that asked me to run for this position. One of the reasons being is because Julie hasn't had a race in decades. And people need to be able to have choices in government. I have spent the last 3 years being a watchdog for your money on the city council. The first 2 weeks I was on the city council, I saved you $100,000. That $100,000 turned into an 8% decrease on your residential garbage rates. I think it's very important in any position in government to watch your finances, every single penny of it. And that's what I plan to do if I become your next auditor. Thank you.
And Julie, your closing statement. You have 1 minute.
Thank you. I do have to agree with John that I haven't had competition since my 2 first races that I had. My current husband says that's because I married him and he's a true East River boy. But that aside, I really have it's in my soul that I need to serve the people of Pennington County and the people within the state of South Dakota. I served on many legislative task force, many is too many. I've served on a few legislative task force. I am a go-to person when any of our legislators have a question with regard to the issues that are county related as well as the auditor's office. I just hope that you will continue in support of me like you have over the past 27 years and vote for me on June 3rd. Thank you.
Would you all join me in thanking our Pennington County Auditor candidates?